welcome to the DL Gaming Podcast. I'm Bobby.
I'm Nick.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm challenging Nick to not talk about Warhammer while they're talking about Warhammer. I challenge you to
All right,
not
I can do that.
try to interject some sort of stupid
Unless someone asks me of something,
well, actually,
then I will be quiet. I promise.
all right, we'll see.
Nice.
Between here, but we have a lot to talk about in between there. Warconius asked us about the Game Awards in the listener questions, but our whole show's about the Game Awards.
Well, a lot of it.
A lot of it, yeah.
And before, there was a lot of big announcements. I did manage to catch the tail end of it live, so I did get to see some rando walk up on stage and spout some gibberish at the end. I'm sure we all heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that
I
live.
honestly did not.
Oh, okay. Well, it was weird and awkward, but I was really impressed by whoever was in the sound booth and just ducked the audio for a moment when he started talking. And then right when he finished, they brought the audio back up. And for a second, I was like, dude, it was almost like that was planned. Like they really handled that well. But, I'm sure they know what they're doing in that studio or wherever they film it.
Dude, I was wildly impressed by the whole thing, man. This is their best one yet, I think, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
Every year it gets better and better. And I think the addition of the live orchestra was... I think they've done something similar before, but this one, it was awesome. And I guess, I don't know if you saw that part too, Bobby, they announced that they're going to do a orchestra video game, collaboration come January, June, sorry.
Like an orchestra is going to be playing video game music?
Yeah, but the Game Awards are doing it.
Oh, okay.
The guy, Jeff, whatever.
Jeff Kiley, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's in LA.
Well, that'll be cool. I've been to Video Games Live, which is Tommy Talaruco. I can't remember his last name, but he made lots and lots of music for video games, but he used to do something like that, and it was a great show. They came to Comic-Con one year, and I went, and it was awesome. It wasn't just the music, too. It was just like they'd weave in like little skits and stuff and like in between. Like it was very entertaining.
I'm not sure this even has a name yet. Jeff was like, "Hey, we'll come with more info soon." Is there anything about it that I'm talking about? I'm starting to think that I hallucinated it because every time I bring it up, everybody's looking at me with a blank stare. Do we know?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Jeff Kiley at the end of the Game Awards is like, "Guys, we're gonna take this orchestra and we're gonna play video. It's like an ode to video game music, and we're gonna do it in LA." I was like, "Fuck, I kind of want to go to that."
You should.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
The Game Awards to stage a musical production at the Hollywood Bowl.
There it is.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
I would invite Bobby, but he's got to work out that day. So
Probably.
I would. This is like
at
my
10
dream
at 10
to go
p.m.
let's go, Christian.
I would love to go. It's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I love live video game music.
You can stay at my place,
seriously.
dude. I got a spare room. You can stay at my place, and we'll drive
really
up.
cool.
It's a 2-hour drive.
Okay, well, we'll price it out. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
Put it on the docket. Put it on the company papers.
So I think Bobby, you have some insight into the Game Awards in general.
No, not in general. Like I said, I only caught the tail end of the show. Then I watched most of it in review. But I have been watching these forever, and they do get better and better. They really have tightened it down. Even when they made the big switch, I think 2015 was the year that they switched to this format. They kind of had a more prestigious Oscar-like presentation to it all, and it got a lot better, but they had a lot of trouble making time. But it seems like in the last couple of years, they've been a lot better about that, and everything seems to be running pretty well. And it doesn't seem like there's any surprises or things are getting left out.
Yeah,
I remember
bang out 6 awards in like 1 minute.
Yeah,
Yep.
they'll do that. And in the past, it seemed like they'd like gloss over a lot of them, but it does seem like the important ones they do give a lot of recognition to.
Oh my! Don't even get me started on the strategy category.
Yeah,
I died inside.
There was some upsets, but as far as the
What
awards,
one best strategy?
Nintendo Mario Striker. Mario.
How is that
strategy. It's the first turn-based, not the first. I don't know. I shouldn't say the first. It is a really loved turn-based strategy title on the Switch for kids to get into like turn-based strategy games. So, I mean, it's kind of cool that it was up there, but for winning, I mean, come on. I don't know.
What would you suggest?
Well, what else was up? Victoria 2 or something?
Yeah, it was Victoria, Dune, and Warhammer 3, I think were the other nominees. And I would have loved...
Okay, now you just got me mad.
I mean, it could have been any of them.
I don't even know we were nominated, damn it.
I don't think any of those games are perfect, but it certainly does, the Mario game winning, I was like, okay, come on. Like,
Yeah. That makes
I mean,
sense.
Nintendo always does really well. You know, we look at this from a PC gaming perspective through that lens. So for me, it is always frustrating watching the gaming awards or the game awards and be like, dude, I never played that game, or that one doesn't seem that important, or that shouldn't have won. But you got to think of it, I guess, as gaming in
Industry
general.
as a whole, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what were some standout stuff for you guys?
Well,
A game that... Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Oh no, I was just thinking of some of the winners here. I know Marvel Snap won Best Mobile Game. That seems appropriate.
It's so good, man. I play it
That seems
so
appropriate.
much.
And then there
Oh.
was Stray won 2 awards.
Yeah, which
Best
I was
indie game
surprised.
and one of the other ones I can't remember.
That was so well deserved, though.
You know, I
Best
kind of
indie game, yeah.
I kind of brushed it off as a meme game, but we can't ignore that the overwhelmingly positive is still there. You know.
For Stray?
Yeah, for Stray.
Yeah, no, it's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a real good
Leslie's
game.
played a lot of it.
Yeah, but I've played a lot of it. I think that like it has like a very calming effect too. So I just think that those games help, and it just kind of it filled like a niche that was really unique at the time, you know. So you said it was kind of a meme, but that might have gotten the ball rolling, and
Yeah.
then now it's like, but it is a great game, so I think it deserves the awards it won.
Cool. I'm just gonna go through some highlights for me. They might not be for everybody else. Like obviously, Hades 2 was like a huge announcement. Nick, you let us know who you're playing as, right? You're the kid of who?
You're the... Man, I cannot remember.
Hades and Persephone?
You're essentially Zagreus' sister or half-sister.
Stepsister, yeah. With different mom, right? I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh
Okay.
my God,
this is coming
so
from
boring.
Reddit, though, so let's just grain of salt.
The familial relations of the video game characters.
Yeah.
Very important, Bob.
Dude,
Come
Very
on.
You haven't
important. in
played
this game,
Hades,
Bob.
Is it the half sister? No, she was on the mom's side. On the mom's side, though. Are you kidding? You guys are killing me over here.
Yeah. So the biggest one for me was Remnant. Probably nobody cares besides me and JP Diddy. Like,
You know what's hilarious is that I was like, this is the game that Emilio's going to want the most.
yeah, man.
is
I
this
had
one.
such a good time
Well,
with
I
the
think
first game.
there was a listener question months ago, maybe a year ago, from Warconius, where he asked, like, what game are you most excited to see come to the PC? And one of them that he proposed was Remnant. And there were a couple. They announced The Last of Us Part 1 is coming to PC as well. Like, all these PlayStation games are eventually...
I think you're mixing up two games, Bobby. You're thinking Returnal.
Yeah, Returnal is coming.
Returnal.
Yeah.
I'm
But
talking
Remnant
about
was always
Remnant 2.
there.
Oh, okay, the
Yeah, yeah,
sequel. Yeah, okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Remember,
What's the
I
full
talked
name
to,
for Returnal again? Is it Returnal? No.
I think it's just Returnal. Now we're talking about two games at the same
Yeah.
time. Okay, let's knock Returnal out.
Wow.
Returnal is a roguelike AAA game that I had been asking for years. JP Diddy loved it. The only critique on this game I've heard is the story's kind of all over the place, which, you know, sometimes it's hard to have a story where you just keep coming back to life. I mean, the whole clone thing has been done to death and stuff. But either way, it's a gorgeous game, and it's the gameplay is supposed to be really cool. And it's kind of, not only is it like the AAA roguelike, but it's also AAA bullet hell. You know, never are those things in very good graphics. It's always pixel graphics. So, yeah, excited to see that. And not just the game itself, but usually we get the best version of said game. Like, it's always at like max FPS and higher resolutions and all this stuff. Same thing with, The Last of Us. The Last of Us was one. I only watched that on YouTube. I'm 100% going to pick that up at some point, whether it be on sale or early on. Like $60 is a tough thing to do, but we'll see. They'll probably be charging you $60 because that was a lot of work to revamp that whole thing.
You know what I will say about The Last of Us is that if they include the multiplayer servers and let you guys play like online, that'll be awesome because it's one of the most interesting multiplayer like modes that even if you're good or bad, you still have a good time. It's definitely it's like a looser Gears of War. That's what I have to say.
Cool. I didn't even know
Nice.
it had a multiplayer. And just because we're on the topic, The Witcher 1 had also got an HD remake. And so I will be playing that. Because by the time I figured out that The Witcher was a good game, was like right after Witcher 2, I think. Witcher 1 was way too old. I started playing, I was like, this is too old, too hard to play. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that being updated as well.
Yeah, the
All
first
right.
Witcher.
Cool.
Oh, go ahead, Days.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I don't know. One of the highlight things that stuck out for me, because Emilio, you had this on yours as well, was like Judas. I thought Judas was a really cool one that they were kind of showing the trailers for as well. I mean, from the creator of BioShock, and that's very apparent. But like this narrative-driven like FPS, you're kind of trying to escape this disintegrating starship, and you apparently are like making alliances with some people or trying to fight with some other people to basically get off the ship as it's falling apart. It just I don't know, it seems like really intriguing. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, definitely BioShock, but it looks cool and like a different new take. And I just thought that there were some really funny, hilarious moments in here as well of BioShock, like, you know, little robot running up, blowing them up, and just like, I don't know, it looks like, yeah, I think it's going to be solid.
Yeah, they'd been
I,
talking about this game for a while, and it's nice to finally see it. It definitely looks like the spiritual successor of the BioShock series. And Ken Levine, I remember when they announced that he was disbanding what was the name of his development company? I can't remember. Anyway, but that was kind of sad because that developer lived like in this weird space that wasn't quite AAA, but wasn't, I don't know, what definitely wasn't indie. It was, I don't know, maybe AA, but probably a little bit bigger than that.
Yeah, I would say that. That's about right.
Yeah. And the BioShock games were great, and I'm excited. This is probably the game that I'm most interested in, but I also wonder if it's going to work in the modern landscape of gaming, because the BioShock games were great, but you go back and play them and you're just like, nah, okay, you know, it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah,
I
like,
feel
can
like
it
we
really hold my attention the same, or is it going to get old kind of quickly, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. The thing is, this
Mhm.
is like Pokemon for people our age. It's like, oh, well, no, you want to re-experience it. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, BioShock
Come
was a
on.
landmark game. And Irrational Games, that was the name of his development company or studio. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this. The trailer was it was very cinematic, but didn't really show us too much. So
Exactly.
I don't know. It's a wait and see for me.
I'd agree with that.
The
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers. I'll talk about this real quick. The Super Mario Brothers movie. So they released a clip of that, not the trailer, which we originally saw the trailer. I don't know, a while ago, and you know how people love to get upset about video game movies that they'll never even really see. You know, everyone got upset about that Sonic movie, and then I went to see it in the theater, and it was full of like 7-year-olds. But
Although they did change that movie in the last minute.
yeah, they did. Yeah,
Yeah.
it cost them a ton of
Yeah.
money. They changed it, and yeah, it looked better. But like, you know, I have a feeling the people who went to go see it in the theaters did not care either way. It's just, I don't know. I think there's a lot of people on the internet that like to get mad about stuff, but it is nice to see that. Maybe they addressed it some. I don't know, because Chris Pratt is talking with the Italian American accent now. So that was like the big complaint, was that Mario was just like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Mario," you know.
He was just talking in his own
Hey,
voice.
yo,
Like-
it's me, Mario. How's it going?
Yo,
And people are
How
like,
you
"What the hell?"
doing?
I mean, it's Mario. It's supposed to. It's me, a Mario. You know, it's like it doesn't talk like an Italian stereotype, and that was a huge deal. But
Do
you see it a little bit more in this clip.
you think they recorded it twice and they were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and if they don't like the first one, We're gonna go with the Italian accent one.
Do 2 takes. I mean, it's an animated movie, right? Like it's super easy to just redo the audio. I mean, it's not super
Super easy, but it's like on the easier side of production.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easier than a live
Yeah.
movie. Like you can't just ADR that in a live movie and have it the lip sync. But
Oh no, we're gonna have to bring Chris in for another Sunday. It's gonna be a long Sunday, guys. They probably bang these things out in like a whole movie. Fuck, what? Like 50 hours in the booth, maybe something
I
like
have no
that.
idea.
Yeah.
It's
Probably.
probably
Yeah.
I'm sure it's more difficult than it all looks or seems to us, but
Yeah.
still, it's possible to do in a movie like this. I actually like the clip, though. I'm excited to see this movie.
I felt the same way. I got more excited watching this, and I thought it was really cute and kind of funny how they did it. Like this was like his first pipe travel, you know? Like, and I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this, and I think it's promising, at least, especially with this clip.
Yeah.
It was weird though. Like, God, why did it have to be Chris Pratt? I don't think more people are gonna go watch it because it's Chris Pratt. You should have had a voice actor that does Mario's voice. I don't know.
The Chris's are
You
taking
mean
over.
the voice actor that does the Mario's voice?
Yeah, yeah,
There's only one guy.
Yeah, have him do
it's, it's the star power, dude. You put that name on there, and people.
I don't think so. Not for this.
You know what
For
it
a kids
is?
movie?
Is people
Yeah.
are gonna go see it that are younger because they love Mario, right? But you're gonna get like moms, like soccer moms, that are like, "Oh, Chris Pratt's doing the voice," and then they're gonna go.
Jack Black is Bowser.
So
Dude, he sounds pretty good as
That's
Bowser.
pretty great.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record here because I'm just like, this looked cool, but it's true. Hellboy, that trailer looked really cool. It was very, very stylized cell shading, and at some point you realize it's not a trailer and it's actually gameplay. Like it goes behind the character, and you see your video game view, which is third person. But yeah, it's like one of those. It hasn't been done to me in a long time where it goes behind the character, and then you're like, oh shit, this is gameplay. So because I haven't seen stylized animation that far and then be playable, so that was really interesting.
Yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, it's so cool looking. It looks like the
It's
comic book.
awesome.
It's the comic book come to life. It's great.
Exactly. It looks like you're finally interacting fully with a comic book.
Yeah. The other thing that looked great was, I have it on there. I can't see. Replaced. Yeah, that's the 8-bit one. Wow, what fucking style and cool. This is like the epitome of what you could do with pixel art. It's just gritty and cool looking, dark themes, kind of like Blade Runner-esque, and just gorgeous. And they mixed in. This is what you got to do, man. If you want to make a good trailer, well, if you want to make a trailer that's going to make you money, you got to put in the gameplay as well. Yeah, sure, do the cool things too, but mix in the gameplay. And this is what they do here. They go back and forth between gameplay and just cool shots. And, I was sold. I don't even know what it is. I think it's a 2D adventure side-scroller. But they make it look like you're going to go on this grand epic space epic. I said epic twice. But anyway, yeah.
Oh man, how much do you think that this is going to cost?
I would say 30, maybe.
30.
Yeah.
What about you, Days?
I put it at 23.
Ooh, 23.
What's this up?
Look how good
This
that
is a
looks.
23 decals.
This is a $60 game, folks. I don't know.
I don't know. The
This
price
isn't
of
a-
games are going up. You see some of these price tags. Diablo 4 starts at $70.
Unless you're playing, what is it, the Diablo mobile game, then it's all your money.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Diablo 4 also has a battle pass or a seasonal pass and some other stuff too. But there's another game too that is it's on sale for $70. It's starting at 70.
Speaking
Modern
of
Warfare
Diablo
2.
4, what's your hot take on it, Days?
I'm excited for it, and honestly, like I got a little information. I was working with somebody in my field who also is a gamer, and he had the whatever the closed beta access to this when it came out. And I asked him, I was like, "All right, what do you think?" And he said it was all of the elements of Diablo 2 that he loved, and the things that they fixed, like in Diablo 3 combined. And so he said that he loved it. He's buying it day one. Absolutely loved it, but he was a little nervous to explain details, so I didn't get any like really good juicy details. But I don't know, watching the trailer and looking at it, like I'm excited for it.
Nice. Yeah, the Immortal the gameplay itself I thought was great, but it was a mobile game and it was clunky on PC, and this is built for PC. So I still have hope. I still have hope somewhere that we're gonna get a good Diablo 4.
I think the thing that people are nervous about already is that the fact that they have a battle pass. What is it? What exactly do you get in the battle pass? Do you get something that's only purely cosmetic? Do you get something that makes you better than other people on the leaderboards? Because the people that stuck around the longest in Diablo 3 were people that played the leaderboards. So.
I don't mind battle passes, but yeah, if it doesn't complement competitiveness, then yeah. I've played 3 months in a row for the battle pass for Marvel Snap, and I'm not upset about it. I think I'm getting quality content. It's the best mobile game ever, I think. Anyways,
that's why it's won. That's why it won. Won in the
Yeah.
awards as the best mobile game. Well deserved.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that I took note of from the Game Awards was like a meme that was being spread around on Reddit, and no one thought that it would actually happen, but then it kind of got leaked that it would happen. Was that a trailer for Armored Core 6 would drop? And the reason why nobody thought that would happen was that the people that develop it, From Software, just came out with Elden Ring. They are probably working on DLC for Elden Ring, and they weren't really expecting an Armored Core announcement. For those who don't know what Armored Core is, it's a mech fighting game. There's not too much to the stories on it. Some people think it's pretty good. It's usually like the super diehard fans. It's about like essentially new materials has appeared on Earth and everybody's fighting over them. And the most effective form of combat now, due to so many places being like irradiated and like non-hospitable, is giant mech combat. And so this game promises to bring new factors to it. This hit me super hard when I was a kid, because I've been playing since Armored Core 2. It was a game that what brought my attention to this was a game that you would play in an arcade that was like twin sticks, and you could jump and you can dash and all these other things, and you can make your own. You can choose your own robot, but you can never make your own. This game is that game, but you can make your own robots. And you get to the point where you're like changing antennas on certain parts and things like that. And it's super deep. Just the robot customization itself, but the combat is super complex as well.
What is a mech game, dude? Mech games are all about the customization.
But this one's a lot more fast paced, I think, than the
Yes.
PC version counterpart, which I forget the name of. MechWarrior. MechWarrior is very slow and lumbering, and this is more on the.
It's almost like an
action side.
anime mech game. Like if you played, like if you've seen Gundam in like on anime, like where the robots are like teleporting around and dashing around and jumping and moving all these over the places like really, really fast. This is what the game is like. The gameplay is.
If you would have just said Armored Core, I would have been like, it doesn't matter. But like there's been so many, who cares? But it's from Software, and they're writing. I mean, they're just peaking right now, man. They're just putting out great
They've
stuff.
been making the games for a while now, and this was what funded the original Demon Souls. This was like their first series. And yeah, so we haven't gotten one, and I don't know how many years. I think 12 years.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's been a while, and it's probably going to be pretty good because they don't, as we saw with Elden Ring, they made the whole world go crazy over a Dark Souls game. And at the time, Dark Souls wasn't even in the limelight. So,
the Jeff guy, he was like, everything. Go to Steam, all platforms. Everything we talked about today is on sale. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up Elden Ring. When $60, you motherfuckers. Yep, still $60.
yeah, they don't put their games on sale.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Did anyone here win a Steam Deck?
I didn't even try.
No.
I was one of 186,000 people watching, and I was like, damn, my chances are pretty fucking good. One every minute, a 3-hour show. I was feeling good about my odds. And then when I didn't get a Steam Deck, I was like, dude, I never win anything. Are you
Dude,
kidding
all
me?
that stuff's a scam.
Did one person win like 300 Steam Decks?
I
might be a
think
hacker.
you mean an average shipment to Costco. Thank you.
I think something's up here.
It's a little sus.
But yeah, that was my game, my primary game for And that even beats the Warhammer game I'm going to talk about later.
What?
Yeah.
I don't have
That's
anything
how-
else from the show. So
What
To me,
about
what also stood out was Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the continuation. Although these games are so great, and I loved Fallen Order so much, and I can't get past the fact because it's the actor, and I get it why, but like I just see Ian Gallagher every time I play this, and I kind of love it and think it's hilarious, but I'm super excited for this game to come out, the continuation of the Star Wars Fallen Order series. It looks good. I love that you can now add, animals running. Bobby, did you see this as well? Like, are you hype? Do you enjoy these?
I didn't even finish Fallen Order. I got so close to beating that game, but then something got messed up with my save because I was playing it off of Emilio's account. But yeah, I don't know. I'll eventually get around to this one. I feel like these Fallen Order games are like the new Jedi Knight games. Like they really do feel like a modern version of that. And we can't get enough Star Wars games, honestly.
I also agree with that. And this one just looks like it's going to be fantastic. It looked like the movement was fluid. I am such a fan of being able to ride anything and slash or hack at anything that running by. Like, so anytime they add that mechanic where you can attack stuff from a mount, I love that. And so like the fact that they have that in here, like I'm excited for this. This is going to be cool. I loved when he grabbed that super trooper, flipped him around, used him as a shield, and like blasted as well. It's cool. It's just like, I don't know, those things. I think it's going to be great.
it looks great.
It seems like you also have like a helper character too, which is pretty cool. Like there's a couple little tidbits for everybody in this game.
That was back on EA. What was that called, Bobby?
Well, they changed the name of it.
No,
Origin,
originally, Origin, yeah,
but it's
Origins,
called
yeah.
EA Play now.
yeah. Was that the first subscription service? Origin?
Might have been.
I want to say it kind
I
of changed the
think
game,
so.
and then it kept getting worse. Like month by
Yeah, they were
month,
like-
it kept getting worse.
Yeah.
This game coming to Origin, Sims
Imagine
4, cats.
Like imagine inventing like a model, right? And so many other services do it better than you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what usually happens. Look at Movie Pass. It's like, yeah, that's a great idea if somebody competent did it.
Yeah.
Do you know Ian Gallagher from another thing? Is that why you can't get your head out?
Yeah, it's from the Gallaghers, the show, the Gallaghers. Yeah,
Oh,
from
Watermelon
Shameless.
people?
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
it's from Shameless. Yeah,
Shameless.
from the
Okay.
Gallaghers.
The
No, it's-
Gallaghers.
Yeah, they're right down the street. No, but they are from South Chicago, and so no, that show is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, that show is great.
I
Yeah,
only watch clips on TikTok, and I do think from that it's a good show.
Oh my God.
yeah,
dude.
Shameless is solid.
Such a goddamn
I've heard that.
zoomer over here.
It's just a dysfunctional family, but it's
Oh,
great.
they're so dysfunctional. I see all their worst moments. It's crazy.
Okay, Space Marine, Nick.
I was gonna say, didn't you have Dead Cells Return to Castlevania?
I do, but it wasn't part of the Game Awards. That's why I was gonna. But anyway,
No, they announced it there.
oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
cool.
That's where all these trailers are from.
It's a paid DLC for Dead Cells. I don't think I'll go back to it just for this. Maybe, but it's like I look at this and I'm just like, it's just not as good as Hades. If I were going to go back to something, it would always be Hades. So, and I really do.
Move out of the way, Dead Cells.
I almost-
Emilio's got a new bottom girl now.
I almost went back to it, dude. But I was like, I got to stay on the new tip. I got to play new stuff. And guess what? It wasn't as good as Hades. It's so good. Oh, I bought it for a friend of mine, and he's like this old school like gamer from like so long ago. I gave him my 1080 Ti, and I was like, dude, you can play like better games now. He plays like rally games and stuff, so does not play anything like this. So I sent him Hades, and he's like, I've never played anything like this. This is fantastic. He's like, it keeps getting better the more I die. I'm like, yes, dude. I've been trying to fucking tell you.
Keep dying.
Yeah, I keep dying. Anyway, yeah.
All right. And another Space Marine game. Dude, that first one, I have been trying to go back and finish that game for probably a decade now. Like, I don't know. It is, I'm sure it's a good game, and I'm sure, Nick, you probably like it, I'm sure, but it's like the epitome of just a generic hack and slash game for me.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's all it
The
is.
thing is, like, it relates to the fanboys too much, where people don't shut up about it. Because like you're always told about these characters that like run through the battlefield and kill 300 Tyranids in one swing and all this bullshit because it's all fake. And so when you actually get to do it in a video game, you get super happy about it. That's like those are like the diehard people that don't shut up about. Like there's people that still play the multiplayer to this day.
I feel like it was like a 6 or 9 hour, 6 hour game, 9 hour game. But yeah, I beat it like in a few days. I was just, I don't know.
It was pretty short.
Yeah. I liked it. Yeah. It doesn't stand out as one of the best hack and slash, but it was fun. I'm glad there's a sequel.
I think they are saying that this is definitely a hack and slash, but there's definitely a lot of new things that will be coming out that are not associated with what was in the past. Like as far as like new abilities and new things and new types of enemies. It seems like the combat, when they showed combat, like the over the shoulder camera angle was a lot more fixed, and it seemed like there was a lot more dodging and blocking involved compared to the last game. It wasn't just like run through the hordes of orcs and then kill them to heal. I think they're taking a little bit calmer approach to it and just changing things up. So I'm excited for it. I'm obviously going to get it when it comes out.
I remember, was it you that said it's like Dynasty Warriors? It really is.
It's Dynasty Warriors for British people. So
yeah. And I know you guys talked about Judas, and I walked out. I don't know if you brought it up, Bobby, but didn't Ken Levine try to reboot like a new game that was very BioShock-ish?
System Shock?
Oh,
no.
Be Happy Few?
Was that his game?
No.
I don't think, no, that wasn't his game.
No, that
It
just
looked
looked
like
like.
No, there was one more.
You're not talking about the System Shock remake or the sequel
No.
they're working on. They were talking about making a BioShock 4, but it was going to be like a games as a service. Like everything about it sounded absolutely terrible. Like games as a service type thing.
I could have sworn this had been tried before. I mean, it looks great. The art direction looks fucking awesome. But I could have sworn he tried to not reboot, but like do what he did with BioShock again, which is almost what he's doing here again. Anyways, we can keep moving.
All right. Well, I think it's time for highlights, games that we have played here. Looks like Amanda and I both played Warhammer 40K Darktide. So I don't know if I'm as crazy about it as you guys were, but then again, I didn't play with anybody. I just played with randos. So I don't think I had the same experience that you guys did. And I probably haven't played enough. I've tried out all the classes a little bit, but I haven't really tried to dive in, like specifically, like drill down on one class and really get into the later parts of the game. I do seem to be leveling up kind of quickly, but I'm sure that will trail off soon.
Yeah.
But it seems pretty good. I want to compare it to Vermintide because it's Fat Shark, and that's the game I'm really familiar with, and it just, I don't know, man. I felt like the classes in Vermintide were a little more niche, and it felt like they did a lot more different things than the classes in this game. This one, they all seem to have, they do minor variations of the same thing. I don't know. Am I way off on this? You guys have played the game more than me.
You're not. Like, there's two frontline tanks, right? Kind of. But one's more of an off tank, and he has mobility. So he can go and there's like a main tank, there's an off tank, there's a long-ranged person that only deals with, not only, but mainly deals with, everybody has a job, for sure. And you gotta, if you want to excel at the game, you definitely have to learn your role, and you have to stick to your role. It kind of looks like, early on especially, it just looks like everybody's hacking, because you can get through the game with just hacking. But if you want to do the higher levels, then everybody has to do their role, where you have the psyker who's taking out elites. You have the veteran who's shooting other people with guns, taking out ranged guys. You have the Ogren that's taking all the damage. And then you have the Zealot who's DPS off tank, kind of all over the place. But yeah, they each have their roles.
I don't think I've reached, well, also because I'm playing with randos, I'm not really seeing the coordination and the teamwork yet.
Yeah.
But it does feel like everyone just running around hacking things.
Yeah, it's because it's not, you don't, that you can get away with that at level 1 and 2.
Well, also these types of games, it's really important to play on the correct difficulty. So I started on the second highest difficulty. They gate you on the third one. You have to be at least level 3, I think, to play on the third highest difficulty. But right off the bat, I was like, you know what, I'm familiar with video games. I'm going to step it up here and play on difficulty 2. It seems like a lot of people don't like to play the Ogren. Like all my games, nobody's playing the Ogren.
Yeah, it's true. Every time I go with randos, there's no Ogren.
That's weird. And had I known that, I probably would have played more of the Ogren. I tend to gravitate towards the classes that nobody ever plays, especially when
He gets a shield eventually, too.
Oh.
So let me tell you a bit. I also agree. Yeah, like I played with a lot of randos, and I felt like a lot of people would get kind of distanced and spread apart and like get lost and not stick together, which is very frustrating because there's a lot of things and buffs and stuff that stacks if you stick together. But the Ogrim thing, yeah, I never saw any randos play Ogrim, and the first time I ever even saw that dude is when I played with Nick, and I was like, "What the fuck is this guy?" Because he had this fucking little stash on, and like. His Ogrim looked so, I'm sorry, ridiculous in the best way. It was hilarious because I can't even, I'm blanking on his fucking name. Isn't it like Chet?
Well,
Nick, you got to talk. Come on, you should unmute.
All right, cool. I can
Oh,
talk.
you were muted.
His name's Edgar, okay? His name's
Edgar.
Edgar. He's got the Edgar haircut. For those who don't know what it is, just Google Edgar haircut, and then your Instagram is just going to turn in Spanish.
So Sam was looking at his character while I was playing, and she goes, "What is that?" And then she's like, started making fun of it, and then I was like, "Nick, she's making fun of your character," and he goes, "My character? You mean Edgar?" like it's a friend of his, like a
So
pet.
I want to explain something that makes it even more ridiculous. This character is so dumb that he has a chip that would normally double or triple someone's IQ, and he's still this dumb.
I mean,
That's how dumb he is.
they say like, you say he can't like pull a pin on a grenade, but he's like, he's saying things that are like, he's not that dumb. It's pretty dumb though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Another thing I noticed about this game when I was doing the tutorial is they automatically bind one of the melee attacks to mouse 4.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice
Yeah,
that? And I thought that's a bold move.
I
First
do
of all,
that to every game I ever play.
Yeah,
Every game melee goes to mouse 4 and reload goes to mouse 5.
yeah,
I've been championing this and nobody listens for years.
That's
I'm going to point this
I'm gonna have
out
to try that.
as we're seeing the character creator. Guess who 2 people made their characters look almost exactly the same?
Oh yeah, JP and me. We show up, never seen each other. Yep, same character. Pretty much.
Different classes, same character.
Yeah.
Classic.
you know what I realized though is my mouse the mouse 4 button doesn't even work. Like I can go into the settings for my mouse and tell it like, oh, this is for next page or, scroll back a page or like a couple of different options, but I can't just say like, hey, this is the mouse 4 button. So I had to rebind that to something. I don't know. I think I put it on C. I got a Cooler Master M710 or something, I think is the model number. I'm not sure. It's a little weird. Maybe I need to play around with it more, but I never use those. I always accidentally hit those keys and like get really mad because I was working on something on a web page and it like scrolls back a page. So
I think it's because your grip, dude. Your grip is different than mine, and so it's really easy for me, and for you, like the way you grab your
you
mouse.
smother it, dude. I don't know
Yeah.
how you guys smother it. Like, there's no, I don't know. I feel like I can't be precise when I'm like using the mouse if I just have my whole palm on it.
It makes it sound so gross, like a freaking
Fat finger
fondling.
your way to freedom, dude.
Show me on the mouse where Emilio touched you.
Jeez. Which, speaking of, you never want to get touched by the hordes when they come running at you in Warhammer Darktide.
God, they were-
And you know what? I love the like little details that were kind of in the game too. Like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but isn't it when you're fighting some of like the hound hordes or whatever, like maggots just like explode from their heads?
Yeah. So,
You beat them with a shovel. I love that
Well,
detail.
maggots come
Like,
out of a lot of
yeah.
enemies.
But the thing is, not every character does that because there's 3 sets of characters. There's 3 sets of enemies you fight. There's the like acolytes that like worship the main bad guy. Then there's like professional soldiers that do the same thing, and then the third ones are like demons essentially, and infested people. And the only ones that do the maggots are the demons. So.
It's fun.
Did you like
it's
it?
just
Days?
fun. I loved it. Yeah,
Great.
it's a lot of fun, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I kind of started almost going deep down the wormhole. Like I started looking up like what's the best way to play the veteran class, and like looking at all these like YouTube guides. And I was like, you know what? I don't actually fucking care. I'm just having fun playing this. Like, I'm just gonna go back
Sooner
to
or later, it's
figuring it
gonna
out
hit
and
you,
having
though.
fun.
See, you're gonna be like, I'm not having fun
Maybe.
anymore.
Yeah,
Or
I watched
maybe
like
this
a
is
how do
a
I play at
summer
level
fling.
4?
I watched like an 8-minute video on my class, and it definitely helped. You pick up 1 or 2 tips in it, and then I went and played, and I was like, oh yeah, that definitely helps for sure. I really like you were talking about all the buffs that you get from hanging out together. It's like you have to be almost griefing if
coordinate.
you're off doing your own thing. You really got to
Yeah.
stay tight knit because you're getting so many buffs from being with each other.
Well, there's enemies that incapacitate you. Like what just popped up was like a hound. Like, and if they just jump on top of you, they pin you down. And so, like, if you say you don't jump down the ledge when like most of your team members do jump down the ledge, and then you get incapacitated like that, you're fucked. Like you're gonna die. Like, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But it is kind of nice that you can just like chill for a second, go to the gulag or whatever. Well, you're not. It's not a shooter, but you are chilling, and then like you're just sitting in prison waiting for a teammate to come up and unshackle you so that way you can join in again. I do like that you can join back in because it would suck if you had to sit out the whole time, But
You want to hear some
It's
shit?
fun.
This is gonna
Of
get you
course.
guys all mad. No, probably not. Everybody, Emilio. So the reason why this game is on Game Pass and it's mixed reviews on Steam is because they announced that their other classes for the characters are going to be paid.
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah,
Were
they're
they-
like, it's
they
going to be
were in
$5 per
Warhammer
class,
or
and so there's a lot of people that are
Prototype.
pissed off about it.
And it's like
Yeah.
there's 4 classes that you get for free. I
Yeah,
don't
dude, they did the same thing in Vermintide. People were also upset about the way that they did payments too. There was an article on PC Gamer that kind of summed all this up where they interviewed the developers, but people were upset that you have to buy in-game currency and then you use that in-game currency to buy classes or buy cosmetics or whatever. And so the developer said 2 things. One, they forgot to include like a certain package or bundle that would allow you to buy like the right amount of in-game currency
Oh,
to purchase one cosmetic, because the way that it was initially set up is
Yeah.
you'd have to buy more and you'd be left, and then you buy your
get, like, a little bit
cosmetic.
of change.
Yeah, and you'd be left over with like this, what do they call it? Aquila something? Aquila? I can't remember the in-game currency.
Aquilas.
Yeah, Aquilas. I'm guessing that's like,
that's how Roblox does it, dude. You have to buy
Yeah.
800. You got to buy 800 at least, and everything
Yeah.
costs like
it's like
5.
that
you-
scene
you
in
always got
Father of the
change.
Bride where he wants to buy like the buns and the hot dogs, but there's like 8 buns and 6 hot dogs. And so he's just taking out the 2 buns.
That's a real fucking problem still, man.
Yeah, dude, for real. But they had a really good justification for the in-game currency thing, because I remember being really annoyed when Blizzard did this with Heroes of the Storm. But it's a regional thing. Every time you create a new item, you have to price it differently for each region, and that's a lot of work actually. Like it's a lot of like boring clerical work, I'd imagine, and when you do it this way, it makes it so much easier that you just, hey, it's up there in the shop. They come out sooner. It's easier for everybody. So I guess that makes sense.
It's on the Nintendo eShop, but it has that option where you just say exact amount, buy the
Yep.
exact amount of loonies, and you have the game.
Hmm.
But
I
either
will
way,
say one other
the
thing,
more I play
too.
it, the more I like it. Actually, now that I'm discovering that I do have a role and I should be doing it, and then when I'm actually doing my job, we do better. Big surprise. Yeah, I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah, me too. I do want to give a big warning out to other people, though. We found out the hard way because I was really excited to play with my one buddy who was like a high level playing this game. It is not crossplay. Like, if somebody has it on Steam, you cannot play with them on Game Pass, at least for, isn't it 3 months from now, Nick?
Apparently, they're saying 3 months to 6 months.
Yeah,
But-
the
Yeah,
other
so that
concern
sucks.
too
It has
is
to do
that-
with the marketing thing, I believe.
Yeah, and if you spend all this time leveling up characters in Game Pass and eventually buy the game on Steam. I'm guessing that progress is not going to transfer over. The only game I've ever seen do that was Sea of Thieves, and it was a process too. Like you had to actually go to a website and like log in and submit some information or something to make that transfer happen. So I don't think that happens with any other games.
And pro tip on this game: if you pick up a grimoire, you are going to take. You're going to suffer damage over time that you cannot heal, even if you go to a healing station. I went and fucking wasted all my team's healing station trying to heal myself up from the fucking grimoire. Can't do it. So don't pick it up if you're in a bad spot.
Well, you get a lot of extra or bonus points or something for that, right?
XP and stuff.
Okay, just like Vermintide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just need more time with the game to figure it out and get to that place where I do feel like I'm fulfilling a role and it's not just hack and slash. And I think I need to like play with people who I know and we're on comms and we're organized rather than just the rando squad.
I've been playing
It's a shame
Friday
you don't
nights.
have a crew. It's weird.
Yeah. So where could you find like-minded people?
I don't know who
Not
else
at the
plays
gym,
that
Bobby.
game.
Well, I got it for another 3.5 weeks, so let's go.
Oh, what about the what else did I? Oh, Lego Skywalker Saga is on Game Pass.
Oh, that's on Game
Yes.
Pass
Yeah.
as well. Okay.
Yeah. Literally, we have a crew channel where only us crew members. Anyway, it said, "I'm okay with 6:30, start time." I was like, and I wanted to tag you something before you said that, Bobby. So I'm scrolling up. Literally last week, the last thing you said was, "I'm cool with 6:30." So it's 1 week ago today. You said I'm cool with.
There's been a
6:30.
lot of you guys have been like jabbering a little bit in the crew chat. That's supposed to be for like
Yeah, I told them move this shit. They're talking about video game stuff. They're like insider stuff, and then no,
We were bonding.
Yeah,
we're
we've been to
bonding.
bond as a crew.
Yeah.
Well, you
And
too
hey,
fucking cool for your friends.
It's not just us, Some of the people who support this podcast for a long time, it's for them,
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were one of our highest ranking tiers in Patreon, or in some way, if you donate to Patreon for a long enough time, you get to see the crew channel and all the stuff that goes
Yeah.
on there.
Oh
We
my
have a
dick
bunch
pics.
of names in a hat, and then Amanda will pick one every time she plays or mentions milk inside of a bag of milk inside of a bag of milk. And that is the only way to get in that. But, donate to the Patreon and increase your odds. And you too can see our back and forth. And you can see Bobby type once a week that he will be there for 6:30.
That's the only
The
way.
other thing is, don't forget that when you review games on Steam, that you discovered it through DLG, but you also sign it with milk bag.
Big book bag.
Milk, bag. Yeah.
I got a couple games that I played very quickly this week. Totally Accurate Delivery Service. Christian, is this by the Totally Accurate guys? Because I feel like it's not. The guys that do Totally Accurate.
Oh, no.
No, right?
These are the totally reliable guys,
Oh.
Totally accurate and totally reliable. They're cousins, but they're not
I
like.
see. Okay, because this game was crap. I wouldn't say it's.
This is the mega blocks of Legos.
It's not crap. I think like on a game night, it would actually kind of be fun. So it's a fumble core game, and it is so hard to control things. Literally, the first thing you have to do is pull the lever to get your mission. All you have to do is pull the lever on that box. It took me like 3 minutes to figure out how to pull the lever on the box. Finally figured that out. And then, the delivery came. You got to deliver things. So I had like a block of ice and this like stupid little go-kart. And you got to load the ice it was so hard. But people were coming over and like touching my ice. I was like, hey, man, this is my ice. And then I realized you're supposed to work together. There's only one delivery for the whole island, but there's only 4 people. So I could totally see like on a game night, everybody playing, it'd be hilarious. But playing with random people and everybody's kind of trying to do their own thing, it wasn't working for me. And yeah, it's not responsive on purpose. I don't know. Maybe it's free on Game Pass, so fuck it. The other one was Rounds. I said I bought that a few weeks ago for autumn sale. It was $3. John and I literally had like 10 minutes to play something, and I was like, "Hey, pick this up." And I'm glad he did, and I'm glad I did. It's exactly what you need if you only have 10 minutes to play. So it's fast pace, one-on-one action. Yeah. Where you shoot each other with these little pellet guns when you're trying to also not fall in the hole. And there's platforming going on. All the platforms are hung on by strings, and they're kind of really hard to stay on. You can kind of wall jump, little things like that. And then you have this little pea shooter. But like I discussed before, every time you lose, you get to pick one of 5 cards. And that one of those 5 cards gives you a modifier. It could be whatever you want. Any of the 5. So it could be like, now you have a shotgun version of your gun, but it does less damage. It's always give and take. There's nothing that are just like flat out better. And yeah, so the person who's losing gets a comeback mechanic built in. It's kind of how the whole game is structured. He beat the shit out of me, actually. He did really well. It's not just the shotgun, or there was like a lot of different things that you could do. Oh yeah, you could shoot the strings that the people are walking on too. Pushing each other off, stomping on each other's head are all like viable ways to win as well. Sometimes you just die because you fall off. A lot of the times you do. Yeah, super fun, and we're giggling and funny things were happening. It's a good game, especially for $3.
I'd like to mention that it's half off right now for $3.
Yeah.
That looks well worth it.
Yeah. John's like, I would have paid 10 for this. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's just a good time.
It almost reminds me of like FPS chess or FPS chess, just in that sense that like you jump in really quickly and just have like a stupid, silly, fun time shooting at your friend, right? It doesn't look anything like that, like the game, but it reminds me of that kind of similar vibe, like we were just saying with JP Diddy running around and shooting each other. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it feels the same niche.
Is this one of those games where you can do couch co-op where only one person has to buy it?
I offered that, and he's like, dude, it's $3. I'll just buy it. Because when you do that, you're playing a stream of the other person's screen, which is fine. It works well. But, for a game like this that's like Twitch reactions, you don't want to be that delayed behind.
It looks pretty awesome, man. I think I might pick this up for me, Leslie.
Are you going to talk about crack, Nick? You did some crack this week?
Yeah, no. So I did some crack, some virtual crack, of course.
Wow.
So played some more Dragonflight. I told some people that I would talk about it again. It's still good. I like it. This coming week in 2 days, on Tuesday when this drops, the raid will be out. So there's people that are doing that. I myself, I'm part of like a dad guild. So we all just kind of get on when we can. We all have like other responsibilities, and we're gonna try the raid. We should be fine, but like there's stuff for people that have no time, stuff that there's people that have a lot of time. Like you can go real hard. One thing that I find myself doing, like when I have like 20 or 30 minutes, is just hopping on and just mining, because the mining, like the way that it is in this game, is all the crafting has been completely redone. Essentially, the way it works is that you have a quality system for the things that you do, and sometimes it's chance based, sometimes it's skill based, and sometimes it's like gear based. So there's a lot to do, and I've just been finding myself encompassed with that. The story's a story. It's better than the last one, that's for sure. It's going to be developing probably way more. I would say if you wanted to pick up the game, this would be a perfect time to do it. Before like there's way too much to do for everybody. The mechanic that they have for getting around the game now is so fun that people are making games, like jokes about it all over the place, because you get your own personal dragon. And in old WoW, you would have to earn flying through like achievements and all these other things that you have to do. But in this one, you get the dragon essentially right away, and you can use it the whole time. But it's modified. It's kind of like Spyro flying from like the Spyro games where you glide and you get enough energy for gliding for so long. And so a lot of people just like that part of the game too. Like there's people that spend hours trying to get like skill points for their dragons and cosmetics for their dragons and stuff.
Does your dragon get stronger at flying?
So yes, so that's what happens. The really, 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 really try hard people. The world average right now to get to the maximum level is anywhere between 4 to 7 hours. The world title, I believe, is at an hour and 12 minutes now. And the reason being is that you level up from crafting as well as amongst other things that allow you to kind of fast forward the leveling a little bit. There's nothing like kind of cheesy, like you can't just buy your way to the top, or you can just level up normally.
That's cool that crafting gives you XP.
Yeah, it will. Like I said, they completely redid the crafting, and so many people are getting back in just for that, and like auctioneering the things that they craft and doing work orders. That's a new thing that's getting fucking people in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like if you're a jewel crafter and you're high level, and there comes a point where you can only level up your jewel crafting if you do work orders, and there's always people looking for gear, so you can do the work orders as well.
There's a lot of weirdos out there that just want to do like the commerce side of these games. You know, they just want to get into Star Wars Galaxies and sell clothes or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Exotic clothes.
Those guys are so fucking weird, dude. I would not.
No, but seriously, I'm glad they're doing that though, because like there are a lot of people like that was. I think Guild Wars 2 was the first game I played where it was just like, dude, you just do whatever you want and you get XP from it. Like you level up however you want. Eventually, WoW adopted that, but I think in the earlier stages of the game, it was a little more viable to just be like a commerce guy and like resell stuff on the auction house, or like really specialize in a craft where you could provide a service that most people couldn't. So I'm glad they're bringing that back, and it's not just like go kill 10 boars and, you know, escort this idiot to like some location, you know, just the same old quests.
Yeah. I miss Guild Wars 2. I really like that MMO.
It's still there, man.
Guild Wars 2 as well.
And they still
it's crazy now though.
They still put out DLCs too, right?
Yeah, I haven't played it in forever. I played it on release, and then for a while, like every year I'd kind of jump back into it. There's someone on our Discord that's like always playing that game. I can't remember who it is.
Should we all play it? Should we jump into what's this universe called? The Guild universe?
No.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Fine.
Wow.
I don't know.
We have to meet up for Darktide every Tuesday and Thursday. You think I'm skipping another day for this fucking game?
Christian, you playing Darktide? Is that not your thing?
No, I don't know. I don't really like to hack and slash with people. I always feel like I'm doing nothing. Maybe because I am. It's just probably not for me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we listening to questions?
We are. Before we go there, though, quick shout out to Recycled, subscribing for 52 months.
Gosh.
I do kind of want to do the real plug. You know, I know we plugged some. We did so many plugs. I feel bad. I feel naughty. But we have our Game of the Year episode coming in, and we're gonna pepper your Game of the Year, your voice clip, into the episode. Isn't that cool? Immortalize it. Get your own internet statue of your Game of the Year for 2022. Here's some categories you can look forward to. So Amanda suggested this one, the best summer fling game. You know, that's going to be fucking fun. You want to know what wins that? Who wins it? Emilio suggested a game whose poor looks are indirectly proportional to how much Amanda likes them. Oh my God. These are great categories, great winners. What did Bobby do? Oh, Bobby's category, one of them just says faves. Yeah. So that's going to be...
You didn't like my categories. No, not very creative over here.
But his other two are decent. Anyways, it's going to be a good show. I think it's going to not be like a typical one. Hopefully, the whole thing will be focused on just our year in gaming.
Yeah, that's going to be our first
you don't want to
episode
miss it.
January,
And
right?
What's that?
That's our first episode in January, right?
Yeah, first episode in January.
Are his
Get your clips in.
Are his categories faves and I don't know, like I don't know ...
Faves, babes, and working out. No, I don't know. There's
Looks
some other
cool.
ones there, but
Looks cool.
You'll have to listen to the episode to find out more.
All right. First question from Captain Gummy. Smash Up Video Game Edition. Put two games together to make the coolest game ever.
I wish I read these before we go, because then it's dead air, and then we give half-ass answers.
No, I got one.
Okay.
No, I'll fill that.
Man.
Yeah, I got answers. So
Okay, sorry.
I would love to see a mashup of Star Wars Racer, you know, the N64 game where you race speed racers, but instead of speed racers and in the Star Wars universe, it's Skyrim and it's dragons. And I want to be able to scream Fusruda at something and knock it off while I'm flying by.
It's pretty good. Damn.
Pretty
Good
epic.
one.
Nick?
For me, I would definitely say a mixture of like like BioShock and a long form story game that would be able to hold up on its own, kind of like Metal Gear Solid, where the game essentially is easy enough for everybody to get into, but everybody can enjoy like a really complex story. A lot of people find like Metal Gear Solid too detailed and all these other things to get into. So, yeah.
I'll answer for Bobby. XCOM and the Bad Batch. I guess one of those isn't a video game yet.
But are these video put two games together? Yeah,
Yeah.
those aren't games. That's
Well, one of them is a
IP in a game.
Yeah.
You know what I wish they would do is there was a mod for the original Halo where you would race around on warthogs and one person would be driving and then one person would be the gunner. And you get points for racing, but you're also trying to blow each other up. And I feel like that could be a game right there, like a standalone game that mixes racing and combat. One person's the driver, one person's the gunner, and you could modify your vehicle with different types of artillery or things that give you a boost in like speed or handling. Throw a fucking battle pass on it, why not? You know, like that would be a hit. So I don't know why we haven't seen that yet.
All right, I just had a brainchild right now. A 2D fighting game, I love Street Fighter, but you get something from rounds. So maybe it's a 5-round battle or 7-round battle, but every time somebody loses, they go and get a modifier that helps their character in some weird way. And then you could a draft against each other's ability that you're building up. That'd be cool. An evolution within the one match. Anyways.
I mean, it seems interesting. I mean, it seems like you would combine skill with randomness.
Yeah.
A good party game, maybe.
All right, Warconius asks, what's your rarest Steam achievement and how rare is it?
We got a list. Okay, I'm going to do mine first because I'm proud of it. Okay. So, Insurgency Sandstorm, 0.6% of players have this. You are on the back of a Humvee and you have to shoot the driver of the Humvee in the head. To do that, you have to be in the back of the Humvee while the driver jumps in because you can't jump in the gun afterwards. So, that's what I did, Call me amazing. That's fucking great.
It wasn't your own player, I'm guessing.
No. That would have been better, though.
What are my? You can read it better than I can, or whoever's next.
One is Emilio, you have two here. Ruiner from Mickey Mantle. 2% of players have this. What are you doing there?
So Ruiner is like a twin stick shooter, but I decided at some point that I was like, I'm just gonna melee this bitch. So I played the whole game melee, even though it's a twin stick shooter. And then they gave me this thing, and so I just beat the shit out of everything. Big club, me smash. Yeah.
All right, cool. And then your other one is from FTL. 2% of players have this. Boarding objective successful. Do you remember what that one was all about?
I'm pretty sure it was, taking over a ship by boarding it as opposed to all the other different ways that you could kill it, blowing it up or poisoning them or fires or whatever.
Surprisingly, 2% of people have it. Are you?
Maybe I did something very hard. I don't know. But yeah, that was my favorite way of doing it. So I probably pushed it harder than other people.
Okay, cool. Amanda, you're up next. What do you got here? Game Deck.
Yeah, from the game Deck, I helped Rhonda find her son, and so that was a very well-deserved reunion. I guess only 3% of people have it. Who Rhonda is exactly in Game Deck, I don't remember that well, but you know what? I'm glad I helped her find her son.
It looks like all your rare achievements are from the same game there.
Well, I did a lot of stuff with Game Deck. I don't know.
Okay. I think
got some Divinity Original Sin 2 in there too.
Well, Nick's up next, and all these are from the same game, right? Warhammer.
Oh, I was looking at Nick's.
No, the second one's that.
Yeah, the second.
All right,
one's
Nick. Well,
okay.
No, you say it.
Okay. Total War, Warhammer 2, Nick, Immortal Marauders. 0.7% of players have this. Is this like 100%ing the game? Is that what it is?
It's 100%ing a game or essentially beating the game on the hardest difficulty while completing all the objectives to make that happen, like actually triggering the game, with one of the worst factions, like arguably one of the worst, unbalanced, least developed factions in the game. And now they're being like redone for the new game. So, yeah, it was a bitch to say the least. A lot of restarts.
Bobby, did you get yours?
I did. I put it on my Steam profile, so if you go there, you can look at it and see what it is. I have no idea what it was. I know for the longest time it was an achievement in this train simulator, not like an actual train, but like a toy train simulator, like a Christmas version of it. And it was really because nobody played that game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It was so rare.
Okay. I have it here. I can't put it on screen right now, but you played Deep Sky Derelicts, and you got right denied with 0.4% or 0.40% of players have this. So
it's pretty good.
Do you remember what you did?
0.40, I think. But does that mean I have the rarest of the rare achievements here? Because Nick was at 0.7.
Mine was 0.02, dude. So.
Okay. No one's beating that then.
Wow.
Dang.
Good question.
Yeah.
Deep Sky Derelicts. That's so random.
Yeah, it is. Did you enjoy that one or?
I did. I like that one. I mean, I beat it. That doesn't happen very often where I play a game to completion. But yeah, it was. It borrowed a lot from other games. It
Darkest
definitely
Dungeon.
wasn't original. Yeah, definitely a lot from Darkest Dungeon. But I still had a good time.
I hated that before Insurgency, my rarest achievement was for like a game. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to take this little widget off my Steam page. I don't even like this fucking rarest achievement. Anyways.
I got it. Yeah, 2% is not good, man. I thought I had something better, but oh well.
You're not cool at all, man. You're not even part of the sub 1% club.
I know. I got to take it off that's my showcase on my profile. Bunch of bullshit.
How embarrassing, dude.
I know.
I'm
a fraud.
Embarrassing.
I'm going to take, I don't usually have that on my profile, but I do have a lot of other showcases. I got screenshots and artwork and my favorite games. It's a pretty good profile, guys. Check it out.
God, we should have a Steam
what is this,
page.
MySpace?
We should have a Steam page makeover episode edition where we just go to Emilio's page and we're like, hey, what are you going for? And we just like, make it
I
awesome.
just did mine. I really like mine right now. I just
really?
went out
Yeah,
like
you got all
maybe-
those Steam
It's just
points
two
now,
things.
so you can get whatever you want. But, it is the holidays, and they usually sell the temporary Steam profile upgrades where it can be like snowing or something on your page and all this stuff. So
I've got so much of those credits. Once you buy a Steam Deck, I mean, not a Steam. Well, I bought a Steam Deck and an Index. That's $1,500. I have so many of those fucking points. I can buy whatever I want. I'm Steam rich, bitch.
Steam rich.
Number one thing you've Googled is how to turn Steam points into real money.
Yeah. Turns out they're worthless.
They're fucking worthless.
All right, last question from Scram TX. You get to take a 1-week vacation in a video game world. You can't bring anything back home from the vacation other than memories. Where do you go and why? We already know that Days is going to the world of treasure of Nadia. What about the rest of you? Wow.
I want to go to space, so maybe No Man's Sky? Yeah, No Man's Sky. That'd be cool. I'll go find
So this is
purple
where I gotta-
planets, man.
I got to get into the details because, like, what constitutes if you can't bring anything back? Can you not bring back memories?
No, you
Like,
can't.
can I
Literally
go?
said you bring back memories.
It literally says you can bring back memories.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
I
it does
failed the
say
part.
you can. Yeah, like you basically you only are bringing back memories. Yeah, big oof. It's all
I
right.
was
I
going
need
like
You're gonna say
details.
Warhammer.
Details. They,
Fuck no! I'm not gonna be corrupted and killed.
yeah, it's an awful place to go.
It is the worst place. I would probably just implode instantly
Hey, Nick, is there
because I know about everything.
somebody that would go and like? Is there a place that's not bad in all of Warhammer?
Yes, no. Of course, but what I'm
Where?
saying is,
Everybody's
yeah,
at war
there's
all the
pleasure
time.
planets, which are just like
Ooh.
like essentially the Bay
The
Area.
treasures of Nadia. Sweet, we're going to the same planet. Hell yeah, dude.
The sad thing is like a pleasure planet is just like the Bay Area. Like it's just like a normal place.
Yeah, it just-
That is a pleasure planet.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no like crazy things to do. It's just normal shit.
Like, do you have running water? Yes. Oh my god, what a pleasure. I'm glad
Exactly.
we're on Pleasure Planet.
No, I would definitely choose Mass Effect and just get all the secrets I can if like, and I'm like, these are all the secrets. These are all the secrets. This is how we travel. This is how we go. This is where we go. Like, this is how we got to do it. So,
I think I would go to Stardew Valley. If that were a real place, I'd move there.
It's literally
That's a good
Fresno,
one.
dude. Just go to Fresno and get a plot of land. Start
yeah, move next to my parents.
start tilling soil.
It's not just the farm; it's the community.
Oh, I see. Those 12 people.
Bobby's starting a commune, everybody.
Chris, you got one?
Yeah, mine's
Star
kind of
Wars.
yeah, mine's fucking basic. I'd go to Star Wars Galaxies, man. I think
And
know,
sell shirts.
living. What's that?
Sell
And
shirts.
sell shirts.
Yeah. Okay. Did I tell you guys? This is kind of embarrassing, but as I was selling clothes in Star Wars Galaxies, and my customer base was ordering, the latest and hottest fashion that I was cooking up. I got threads. I got, purples, oranges. It was really something. And I thought, why don't I do this in real life? Why don't I become a clothier, if that is what they're called? A tailor.
It is
maybe.
today. It is today. So
Okay,
why don't
cool.
you?
I got high and I forgot about it until right now. So
It's like that
my dream is
Afro Man song.
resurfaced.
Yeah. He probably doesn't even
I
know
was
it.
gonna be the next Gucci, but then I got hot. Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably don't even know Afro Man. Shit,
Look it up for after this one. Afro Man, because I got high.
because I got high.
There's actually just a special on Vice about him.
I saw it,
a 45
yeah.
minute special about him.
Yeah,
About
about
the
that song.
actually.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's it, right?
All right, what's everybody playing next week? Are we gonna get together and play some Darktide?
I hope so.
Deep-
You can definitely try.
I'm down. Yeah.
I've been playing a little bit on Friday nights, almost consistently. So I could say I could probably play Friday night.
I think I unlocked the shield and everything, so I'll be buying that right, like probably after this, and then sometime this week we can play.
Edgar has a shield.
Hide behind Edgar's haircut.
Bobby, the Psyker has the highest skill ceiling. So I don't know if that.
I thought about that, but then I was like, you know what? I really like the religious zealot guy, closest thing to a paladin, I guess. So I kind of focused more on him.
Yeah.
What's he called?
Yeah. The Preacher Zealot.
Oh,
Zealot
that's what
Preacher?
it's called, the preacher zealot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Zealot Preacher. Yeah.
Is that the official name? Nick's laughing here.
Nick,
What do you play, Emilio?
Yeah, I play the Zealot. Hey,
Oh, okay.
hey, Nick. What was I gonna say? Fuck, I lost it. I got high.
Are you asking about the Ogren?
No, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay.
Dang.
And on that bombshell.
Yeah. Woo!
Woo! All right. Speaking for Bobby, Amanda, Christian, Nick, and myself, did I do Darktide titties? Either way, pock-filled titties. Ugh, gross. Because they have pox. Dun, 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 dun. How come people stop using the word pox? Like, are there no poxes left?
A pox is something that leaves boils, if I recall correctly. And there's
Yes.
not many poxes, like pox epidemics as there used
Sounds
to be.
very
since-
Shakespearean.
Yeah. Bye.